G'day, Spice Legends. Welcome to Burn and Bites Down Under, the hottest show down under. Spice Legends, you're joining us here tonight. We're about to interview our legend all the way, the Spice Legend and Chilli champion of Australia's, I better say Australia's Got Talent, A.C.T, so that's Australian Capital Territory, all the way from Canberra. We're about to hear from our legend, the one and only Travis, a.k.a. The Bear.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it. All about control, and if you can take it. All about your debt, and if you can pay it. It's all about pain, and who's gonna make it?
All right, Trevi, how you doing, legend?
Bad yourself, not bad yourself.
That's the way, mate. All right. A bit drizzly here in Sydney, but I think we can warm things up with a bit of chili, eh? What do you reckon?
Absolutely not wrong about that. It's like same down here.
So, for those who aren't aware, there's Steve Brooker, the Canberra Bunny. That's the way. Yeah, Steve. I think Steve wanted to be in the running for this one too, and you were one of the guys that are ahead of the curve in the challenge of the face-off. But if you guys are a bit confused about what's going on, Trav is here. Your eyes don't deceive you. Yes, we did have a previous champion before, Jordan Williams, aka the Pink Snake. Unfortunately, he had some medical issues, so he had to step down for the competition. So Trav has graciously taken his place. Because I do remember you, Trav, saying, "Going, if anything changes, you let me know." And I'm going, and then something happened. I'm going, "I'll let you know."
Yeah, you definitely were on the phone straight away. You know?
Yeah. So the other thing is, like, Trav, look, you're not just some ringing. Like, I've known Trav for like how many was it? 2-3 years now?
Yeah, about 2-3 years.
Yeah, and
I'm now 21.
That's right. And so look, Trav is no pushover. I've seen Trav do some pretty amazing things. You're one of the few people in Australia or the world to eat 2 year nars. Was that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, 2 year nars. A concoction of God knows what you guys threw at me that day.
And then the other thing was, which I still couldn't believe, I was so shocked, was seeing you won this chili comp in Canberra, and then you've gone on to eat 2 more spoonfuls of Scorpion Strike on steroids. And I'm going, what is either wrong or right with this guy? Like, he's so insane. I could not believe that you did that, mate.
It's a bit of both. There's a mixture of things that I go, I see how I could keep going, and then on the other hand, I was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, because I was just yelling at you, going, "You've won! You've won! You can stop, Trav, you can stop now. You've won! And you're like, he's stuck in it. You look at me dead in the eyes, and he's stuck it in your mouth anyway. I'm like, all right.
Have to prove my point.
Yeah, that was true, and like you were on a warpath that day. You were there to prove a point, and yeah. I think you definitely proved it. Far out.
Hey, I can't remember the fellow's name, but to the guy that did tap before me, like I give him props. Like he put up a hell of a fight at the end of it.
That was that Asian fella, was it? Or no, that's Rob. Rob had to go against the Asian guy.
Yeah, no. So the guy it was the guy with like the dreads, the Viking kind of style hair. That's the only way I can remember him.
That's right. And that guy, he was not giving up. Like he just kept on going. And you're just like looking and going, "This fucking guy, what's going on? Like we're gonna go to hell and back together."
Just tap already. Come on.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. Like that kind of reminds me of Greg, the way he talked to Rob and the way he talked to Adam the last 2 years. He's like, you're coming with me. Like, it was just that really funny. You're in for the ride. I'm with you. You know, so it's going to be, I think it's going to be interesting having you in the mix, mate, because like you've just got that really gung-ho attitude. I love it how you just, you're just sort of like, well, look, fuck it, I'm here. I'm already in pain. Let's keep going. And I love that attitude about you, mate. Yeah.
The look of it's like, you know what, I know my facial expressions can sometimes come a bit, across, like, is he all right? Is he hurting? But it's just more just the most concentrating, just kind of that woosah kind of.
Woosah, Kusfraba.
Push through.
Yeah, exactly. And look, so I have to give you huge kudos. You've done some pretty amazing things. You joined me, Adam, Chantel, and Trish on Australia's Got Talent. And you ate, was it 17 Carolina Reapers in 60 seconds? Is that right?
Yeah, 17, 18. It was just under 100 grams.
Yeah, which was a pretty phenomenal amount to get in your mouth in general, but to have the world's hottest chili as well, is...
Surprisingly not, I could have had more, but I actually dropped one. And instinct of when I dropped one is to go try and pick it up. And I should have just, because I'm like, oh no. And then so I was like, oh, stuff it. I just kept on going. And then, time ended. I'm like, God damn it. But
yeah, and I think the other thing was that it's a pretty overwhelming experience, isn't it? Like, you've got those 4 famous judges right in front of you. You're being filmed by like 16 different cameras. We've got 1,800 people in the audience. There's lights everywhere. It's full on. And like, the weird thing about that show is, like, behind the scenes, I'm not going to say too much about things. I'll probably get in trouble from Channel 7. But just suddenly the audio gets cut out. Oh, shit. Why are we getting hacked? It's a weird experience being on the other side of the camera, isn't it?
Yeah, from watching it, watching it on TV to actually them being like the one on stage and performing and doing everything. It was an awesome experience. And like, it was a once in a lifetime kind of thing. It's like, if you didn't jump at the opportunities, you would have missed out.
And my favorite part of this story, right, on top of all this is, again, you were the ringing in again. How much notice did you have again? I think, was it 2 days? Like 3 days, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, this is going to suck. But, it was, at the end of the day, like, it was an awesome experience. And I was very happy that I was able to go in the end. It sucks that, again, I can't remember the guys that had to opt out. But, like, I know they would have loved it as much as I did.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you very much, Bridget. It was good. It was good fun watching it. If you watch my video on TikTok, I've recorded it, and I'm just laughing at myself, going, "Wow, this is so weird." Seeing yourself on national TV, like, I cannot believe that they actually put that on there.
Oh, and when you said, "Yeah, actually going to be aired," I'm like, "Oh."
You're like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
It's just, for me, like, it was daunting as all could be, like, but it was also something that kind of, like, what I was doing is something that I liked doing, and the fact that I could, show that we, all 4 of us could show that, this is what the human body can actually withstand, and, like, obviously, it's nothing compared to what Greg has eaten in past competitions and stuff. Like, that's just God tier kind of.
Well, look, I've got to disagree with you there. Like, I know you're giving a bit of kudos to Greg there, and that's fine. Like, there's no issue there. And I have huge respect for Greg. Obviously, eating 160 Reapers is just phenomenal. But Greg's no speed eater, as you've seen. And unfortunately, he did lose the world belt because of speed. Like, very close, but getting that much in 60 seconds, even he's just watching this going, holy crap, how did those guys do that? And he gave you guys huge kudos for that. He just is going, I couldn't do that,
It's a massive shock to the system when you do try and you're consuming that, like, that amount of spice all in the one hit. If you ease into it, it's not as bad because you can kind of, you get yourself into a state of mind where it's like, you know, I know this is going to get hotter, but there's also going to get to a point where it won't get hot. It won't get hotter. It will peak out because there's nothing hotter to have to be able to add on top. But just, it's just, I find like the slower eating, it kills you more on the gut than it does speed eating.
100%, it's that cap cramp stuff. And like one of the interesting thing was there's like that aftermath of me walking off stage going, all right, I better go check on you guys and see how you're going. And like, oh man, the cast and like the crew were just going, and I've told all of them, I said, listen, like these guys, if they're going to need to leave the stage, they are going to need to leave the stage, right? And I said, now, these guys, they need to know where the bathroom is because once they put that in there, what goes in must have come out. And sometimes you don't get to choose when it comes out, right? And like that was the funny thing that, what was it, Alicia Dixon goes, oh, do you think that, can they not puke on stage? And I'm going, it's not a choice, mate, but it's the world's hottest chili. And then seeing, what was it, Shane Jacobson try to do a comparison and he had like 2 millimeters of a habanero going, and I'm going, and he couldn't talk for like 15 minutes or something, you know. And I'm going, like, and I said, just so you know, Shane, that's 15 times milder, you know. And he goes, oh, I get it, I'm weak. I'm not trying to explain that. I'm not trying to say that's about you, mate. I'm just trying to give context, you know. And I don't think they understood the context of it. Like that is a huge achievement to do.
Oh yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Funnily enough, like when I went off stage, I just had to go straight to the bathroom, as we all did. But the cast member, she was like, "Oh, we have to take off your mic, your mic." I'm like, I'm halfway through. My bottom lip was starting to quiver, and I'm like, "I need you to hurry up, like otherwise there is going to be a cleanup everywhere." And I ended up in the female toilet, and unfortunately, there was an older lady in there, like a granny, and she heard everything, and I'm like, I'm so sorry.
I try not to laugh at people's pain, but it's funny because I've been there so many times where you just like, just get the fuck out of the way, like, you know, running to the toilet, just like whatever it is, it's going to come out, and you know you've only got seconds, you know, and you're just like, yeah. And I remember one of the other competitors has told me that they've said all this stuff in their room saying, oh, I was like going to kick one of the kids out of the way. I needed to get to the toilet. And then they've said all this stuff and then they realized, I've still got the microphone on. Oh no. Oh, they better not. Oh no, they better not put that on there. Oh no, they better not put that on. They better not put that on national TV. I cannot believe I just said it with them. I was like, oh, you know, and like just it was just carnage. I just couldn't believe it. I tried to explain to the crew. I was like, look, it's going to be carnage after this. It's going to be like these guys. And then walking out and like Adam he got so hardcore, he knocked one of his teeth out. No, he held his hand and he was holding a full tooth. And I'm like, that's a big ass tooth, like roots and all, everything. And I'm going, damn, you know, I'm like, that's going for it. And I had to escort somebody else to their room like a drunk high school girl. Oh man, I was just like, you know, and I'm like, I hope everyone saw what happened first, so they don't think that I'm taking advantage of this person. Because I'm like, come on, we're gonna get there, and I'm just going, oh man, and she's just like, just get me to my bathroom and I'll be fine. I'm like, all right. They go to the bathroom, I'm like, all right, do your thing, good luck. And I'm just like, oh man, and I was just like, yep, that was absolute carnage, you know. Was it? Damn, that's giving it all. You're losing a tooth. Yeah, exactly, Chris Everett. Like, you know, Adam smashing out 25 Carolina Reapers in 60 seconds, weighing 123 grams is phenomenal on national TV. But to lose a tooth doing it, I'm just like, oh, could not believe.
Sacrifice to be able to get that.
Absolutely. You know, I'm just like, his partner must be going, what the fuck? Like, all for chili.
Even for Trish to get the 25. Like,
and I couldn't believe, like, she ate 25, but they weighed less. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Yeah.
I think if I didn't drop that one, I reckon I would have gotten rather spot on the money or extremely close to.
But that's the thing. You can only do your best on the day, and sometimes your instincts will work in your favor, and sometimes your instincts will work against your favor. And it's just one of those moments where it worked against you, you know?
Nah, 100%. Like I feel bad for Chantel. Like she couldn't get any of it up.
Oh yeah, she had troubles and she was taking what was it, salt tablets and something else, trying to make herself get rid of it.
I'm like that. I know the feeling of not being able to get it up, and that sucks. Like
you can't get it up, so you can get some blue pills for that. That's right.
Yeah. I was, like on the way home, me and Trick, I couldn't taste a thing. I was actually crook on the way up. I actually got really crook.
On the way up?
Yeah, on the way up to Sydney. I had a bit of a cold, but but like on the way back, I'm like, ugh, just
didn't have a cold after that?
What was that?
You didn't have a cold after that? Yeah, sweated it out, I bet, or puked it out.
I feel like I did, but like, yeah, my taste buds were dull for a good week and a half. I just could not taste a thing. And when I come back to, anytime I did try to have chili, it was just like, it just tasted like nothing. And I'm like, oh,
tasted like nothing. That's what Greg said after he did the world record attempt. He said he couldn't taste anything for 4 days. He just said, all I can taste is temperature, hot or cold. That's it. He goes, there's no taste buds. Sinus is nice and clean after that.
I was surprised I didn't have a blood nose or I didn't burst an eye, like a blood vessel in my eye, just from trying to get it up, and just the amount of just the pressure that comes up into your face and everything is just like, I don't know how I did not. And it was just, yeah. But I would not want to imagine how Greg felt after eating that amount of Reapers, and the aftermath of that would just no, I'm good.
You know what blew me away, right? So after he ate the 160, he just sat there for 5 minutes.
No,
and he just had a sip of lemonade, just right. That was it, and then just sat there and talked to the audience for 5 minutes. We're gone. Are you fucking for real, mate? Like, I just gone. And when we sort of settled down and what I said, now listen, you've got an insane amount of stuff in you.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you go and get rid of that? You know, like it's going to be bad tomorrow. You know, he goes, oh yeah, okay. Just sort of strolled, like calmly off to the toilets, and then he came back 10 minutes later. He goes, yeah, all good. I was like, the fuck? Like, is this guy for real? How is this guy human? Like, you know, and he goes, I think I scared the crap out of some people. And like, why? He goes, oh, you can smell it all from the cubicle. He goes, I had to go in the middle cubicle, and everyone just says this. He goes, giving birth to a demon, you know. But then he apparently went to work the next day, the maniac. So taste buds temporarily damaged. Interesting to see if miracle fruit could temporarily bring some taste back. Oh, that's a possibility. So what was that, Trav?
After a lot of the competitions that I've done, I've actually gone out into the city and gone clubbing that night.
Really?
Yeah, I've gone. The very first competition that I did at Fraser, I ended up going into town, and I had a very big night. And then the following one, I did this exact same. It was just, it was kind of like a ritual, nearly. Just go smash out some stupid amounts of chili, and then just, you know, drink, and then go home and deal with it later.
Deal with it later. I like that. That seems to be like a lot of people's strategy when it comes to chili comps. It's just like, just stick it in, just deal with it later.
One thing I did actually find really interesting was when we did the A.C.T one, I actually had some Fireball beforehand, and I found, I don't know why, it was never done it before. It actually helped. I think it's just because it's the whiskey, it's the alcohol content, and you kind of, you know, your body kind of starts to warm up, like your body, you know, you lose, I don't know, it just does something to the nerves. I don't know, it was just one of those things, and I just, unless it was just me and those chilies weren't were on the lower scale of the spice for whenever they were picked, like it was just, it helped so much. It was weird, and I just, I was like, yeah, because I love a bit of Fireball, but it was just, yeah, it's like the miracle berries. It just
bit of the old Dutch courage.
exactly. But
yeah, well, I've done some pretty stupid and wild things when I've been had a few, and yeah, you get the old Dutch courage. You go, how did I do that? And it's probably something similar with chili, I believe.
Well, mind you, I've been out in town, had a very big night, and I ended up getting a tattoo.
Oh no.
Hear me, it suits me very well for a very particular reason. It's a chili.
That's right. I remember you going to us, let's go get a chili or something to do with AGT after this to celebrate. And I'm going, oh, I don't know about that. And we're like, oh, yeah, And we're like, oh, we'll think about it, mate.
But yeah, so no, that was a bit of it. That was interesting. But I find I love it, and it was like, I know a lot of people regret a lot of things when they've had a big night out, but this is probably one that I was like, do you know what? No, it suits. It suits.
100%. And look, you live and you learn, eh? So look, we've talked a bit about the AGT stuff, but let's try and sort of introduce you to the world. That people that don't know you. So have you got a first chili experience or the earliest chili experience that you remember where you're just like, oh, it was the first time you came across chili or heat in your life?
Yes. Okay. This is something that I have stuck in my mind for this has always been better. So I'm very fortunate. My birthday is on when the Canberra show is on. So as a kid, for my birthday, I'd go to the Canberra show, and obviously I'd go go around, have a look, and there's the chili factory stall that was there, and the guy was there, and like, mind you, I'd liked chili, but hadn't actually experienced what really hot chili was like. And I was there, and I'm like, oh, Mum, like, surely let me try, like, chili. And she's like, she's like, yeah, okay, no worries, and go up there, and I'm like, oh, I want to try to the bloke. I was like, I actually really want to try some chili. And he goes, oh, look, we'll give you this one. It's, you probably won't be able to handle much more. And I'm like, no, I want the hottest one you have. He looked at Mum, and he was like, well, this is normally meant for adults. Like, we make people sign a waiver to be able to buy it because of how hot it is. And I'm like, no, trust me, I'll be fine. And he looks at my mum, goes, yeah, just let him. He'll be fine. Just, it's on us if not. And he goes, yeah, okay, no worries. Anyway, he gives it to me, and he puts it on like I can't remember. It might have just been on a little spoon, and I thought it was
or a cracker or something.
It was before the Scorpion Strike. It was the Reaper paste that comes in the squarish jar. It was that, and I put it in my mouth, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. He goes, just wait for it. That one. That was the very first time I've ever had Carolina Reaper. Anyway, I have it, and the guy goes, oh, you all right? And I'm like, oh, this is all right. And he goes, what? And I'm like, this is not too bad. He goes, you burning? I'm like, no, not really. And he goes, do you have like a condition, or you just... No, it's just, I just like chili. And he goes, I have never seen, mind you, I was 9. And he goes, are you, like, he looked at Mum, he goes, you what? He goes, how? Like, he was just in so much disbelief and could not believe that, like, someone so young just ate it, and there was just zero, and I mean zero reaction for it. And and I'm like, oh, that was actually not bad. I end up buying the jar. And he goes, here you go. I'm like, sweet, thanks. So after that, I had that on everything. Had on spag bowl. It was the best.
That's awesome, because like I've seen the rating of that. That's 18 plus. Oh no, 15 plus out of 10 for the heat. But yeah, no, I've tried that a bunch of times, and yeah, she tickles. That's pretty hot. It was. I'm just got this comment. Travis, you ain't human, man. Thanks, Chris.
Not gonna lie, thinking about it is actually making my mouth water. Just because I'm like, oh, do you know, I could actually go for some. I do a new order. I've run out of chili. So
Well,
I've got to do a bit of a chili order before the.
well, that's a good incentive for the comp because if you win, you get a year's supply worth of chili products. If you come second, you'll get a big prize pack as well, and if you come third, you'll get a chili prize pack too. So first, second, and third get chili prize packs. So they'll walk away with some. I think it was at first place you get $1,000 cash as well, a trophy, which is this one, a crown, and some chili bling. And you'll get your name on the golden boomerang forever engraved in that as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah, second we'll obviously get this awesome trophy here. Second, and it's also a clock.
Oh man.
And third is the Sydney Opera House in bronze. Yep, with the special engraving there too. So it's you won't walk away if you get a top 3 place. You won't walk away empty-handed. That's for sure.
I am aiming to try and at least get top 3. That's the goal it's set in mind. I'm like I'm trying to embed into my mind, and it's just like, you know what, just push. It's gonna hurt, but I know how it feels, and I know I can recover after. So it's just push through as best as I can, and like if the end goal obviously would be to win, but it was just this time the fact that it's going up against the best around the country and not just Canberra is it's a big step up, and I'm nervous. Don't get me wrong, I am very nervous, but I'm gonna absolutely give it my absolute all.
On that note, right? So, what do you think, and how do you feel about Gabby stepping over Greg and taking his place?
I was not expecting it.
Neither was I.
You know what? From the things I've heard and I have seen Greg do, I'm like, there is no way in the world that someone can outdo that. I'm like, there is just no chance. And then the fact that she's come in and like gone, no, this is mine. I was just like, wow. Like, that makes me feel like a beginner. Put it I know.
That's kind of how she made New Zealand feel. So her first chili comp was that one that she won against Greg. Her first, right? Yeah. And then her second chili comp, she goes to New Zealand with us and wins the Oceania belt.
Wow.
Right? I'm not trying to intimidate you, but it was weird seeing someone with no sweat, no tears, no eyes red, no drool, nothing, just giggling and laughing, going, and I'm going, the fuck, where do I find these fucking people? Like, where do these people come from? Like, what's in the water? What's going on, Melbourne? What are you doing? Is there some radioactive stuff in the water? Far out!
That's just some like Terminator thing, right? That's just like, you can't, should not be humanly possible to consume and not have some like ill medical effect from it. Because it's
so. Let me just run it down for you real quickly, right? So I get this message from Greg, and he goes, "I don't think I'll be competing this year." I'm going, "Ha, very funny. Why is that?" He goes, "Somebody beat me," and I'm like, good joke. You're funny." And he goes, "No, for real, bro. Look, watch this video. Send me the link." I'm going, "Get fucked. What the fuck?" And I'm just like, wow. And look, not because she's a girl. Nothing. Not because I just couldn't believe that someone beat Greg. I just couldn't believe it. Like, I'm just seeing the stupidity that this guy's done. Going, he'll be the champ for a while. This is going to take a while for someone or something to happen for this guy to get taken down or handicapped or something. I don't know. And then they're going, what? Just like,
I would have thought that he would have, if to go against like the best of everyone out of the whole world, like best of every single country. I'm like, from seeing what he can do, I'm like, he would have to be number one. like worldwide. There is, but then to see Gabby come through, and it's just like, wow, like both of them are just like next. That's next level. When people see the amount of chili I eat, and they say, "Wow, like you're nuts," and I'm like, "That's nothing."
Yeah. So here's an interesting point. So Tony Burrows has just commented this comment on the screen there, right? He says, "Was the Oceania belt a pod comp? Products are so different," right? Very true. Now, so New Zealand, the Oceania comp, right, was 99% pods, right? Now, some people have a certain immunity or tolerance to pods. But then, like Tony's saying, products are very, very different, right? And as you know, a pod can only get so hot, right? And we're talking Reapers, and then, whatever, you're going to go Pepper X, whatever. But that's still only 3.1 million Scoville, right? So you're maxing out. Yeah, but whereas what you've played with, right, is 16 million Scoville, 2-year NARS, and that's completely different to Reapers, isn't it, mate?
Oh, without it, it hits you. It hits you different, and it gives you like it's like you're on drugs, but you're not on drugs. You know what I mean? The effect that it plays on your mind. You're sitting there. You start to get a little bit of a shake, and or what have I done? But then you have a read, you go, well, it's a chili. When you look at product, you go, oh, cool, it's beef jerky. Oh, it's chocolate. Or it looks just like a lot. It's the whole mind game behind it. Oh, that's not going to be hot. If you look at a Reaper, you go, you know what to expect. When it comes to a product, you don't. It's like, surprisingly enough, I went and we had Floriade in Canberra last weekend, and I hit Byron Bay or Billabong Jerky, one of the jerky.
Biltong?
Biltong, that's the one. They had their spiciest one is Devil's Doodoo. It's called Devil's Doodoo. And I was talking to
I've tried that.
I love it. I mean, I love it. And it was, the guy was like, oh, this will knock your socks off. And I'm like, you'll be surprised.
It takes a lot to knock my socks off these days, mate. Is that what you're thinking?
Don't get me wrong. I've tried it before, but I was kind of like, oh yeah, it wasn't bad. And don't get me wrong, it gave me a shock because it's sitting at about this is 2 million Scoville from memory, from what the guy was telling me, because they make special batches and stuff to be able to take there. And he goes, you're the only person that has wanted to try this tonight. And I'm like, really? And he goes, no one. Like, people have tempted, people have gone and but he goes, and he gave me a big, it was probably the size of 50-cent coin.
Yeah.
He goes, like, one of the only he's seen actually just eat it and have just nothing. He goes, oh my God, it's bad. Like, I was sweating, he did give me a sweat and whatnot, but I'm like, this is actually really nice. Like, it was really, really nice. He goes, yeah, I'm like, I was kind of tempted. Actually, I like my jerky. I'm an enthusiast of it, if you want to call it. So, I went and got some other flavors that I hadn't actually tried from them. But I'm like, do you know what? That spice lasted a good probably hour and a half. It was just sitting and just simmering, and it was like, wow. I was taken by it, especially from the size, like the size of the piece that it gave me. I'm like, oh.
So you were speaking of things that are a bit deceptive,
yes,
right? So I've had a few chats with producers this year to create some unique products, and I remember eating a Tim Tam and going, you know what? This is not hot. This is not hot at all. And I've just said to someone, what if we made like a radioactive extract Tim Tam or something brutal for this comp? What do you think? And they're going, on it.
Oh, that would actually.
Now look at this. This is one of the rounds in our comp this year, right? So this is called Deadly Delights. Obviously, we can't call them Tim Tams, right? Do you want to have a sneak peek of what we put inside, or what we had Bob and Brian's have put this together from your area, Canberra.
Yep.
So these guys, you can blame them for this creation.
Yep.
So this is what he's told me. He said the filling has the powder from 4 scorpions, 3 reapers, 1 ghost, and 1 7-pot burgundy pod. Right? There's 8 million Scoville extract and a teaspoon of Satan spit. Right? All mixed into the icing sugar. Then I'm not finished yet. You're like, oh, good God. Then the coating is dark chocolate, yummy dark chocolate, with 2 teaspoons of Satan spit with a bit of sugar to make it taste better. And I was like, oh man, that's pretty freaking evil. You were saying you're not a fan of Satan spit, man. You're going to have some interesting,
Has it been Scoville tested?
No, but the extract has been tested that's in it is 8 million Scoville. So this is going to be at least 8 million Scoville, but there's going to be varying heat levels, varying different burns. As you know, different chilies have different burns. So you got that ghost in there, you got that reaper in there, you got the 7-pot and the scorpions with a mixture of Satan spit. That is going to be such a unique burn. It's going to be all over the mouth. It's going to be grabbing that throat. It's going to be full coating. Oh, yeah. That's, what did he say? That's a melting delight. Thanks, Steve. Bloody oath. That is going to be a meltdown delight. Man, far out.
Willy Wonka's got nothing on that.
Oh, yeah. So thank you again, Bob and Brian's, for this amazing creation. That's going to be one of the later ones. We've got our last 5 rounds are gold stars. So this is going to be a gold star round. So
they do all the peanuts and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, they do actually. They do some really amazing peanuts. I love that.
I've got to actually have to order some. I miss those. I've never been much of a fan of peanuts, but they had a bit of lime and
round 30, Tracy. Round 29. 29. Round 29. So if you can get that far, yeah. Tracy's already asked what round it was, 29. Sorry, keep going, mate.
They had one of their peanuts. It was just like I loved it. It was just packet, boom, 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 boom. It was just the nicest peanuts I've ever had. And I remember those 2 gentlemen actually cooked very well. They're really, really nice fellas.
So this is Dave Shorter just commented in. He was the WA champ on the first year. Now Dave won a huge prize pack from Burner Bites. I think it was in our first year or second year of existing. And he goes to me, give the prize to me, or if you give the prize to me, I will review everything you give to me, and I'm going to try and compete my ass off. And when we had the national comp, I said, "Look, you want to be in the national comp rep WA?" And he goes, "Yeah, bloody oath." And when he was training to that, this is what he said. He got the Satan spit, and I know how much you don't like it, right? And he just cracks open the bottle and sculls the whole goddamn thing. I'm going, oh, what? And I'm like, okay, he's serious. This guy is serious. Like, wow. So he was definitely one of the favorites for the first year.
Have a you had to have a chaser. It's just like that. No, that's just like drinking fuel.
No, he just sat there for 5 minutes after. He did an afterburn as well. Yeah. And Dave, if you're still listening, yeah, Dave had the League of Fire world record for fastest time eating world's hottest corn chips. He ate them in, was it 59 seconds, Dave, was it? Is that right? And then he had the record for most world's hottest corn chips packets eaten in a row, which I believe was 6. Is that right? And that was just, wow. Flat out getting through round 1. I'd give it my best to get to round 2.
And I have been for a very long time, but it's just trying to find the time is to actually...
Yeah, you got to be here after.
I want to go after that record. I do. That's something I want to be able to have a record of my own. Obviously, it's a tough... 59 seconds, was it?
Yeah, 59 seconds. That is blazing. Because I had a crack on my first go. First time I tried them. I did, 2 minutes, 37 seconds. It's not just the heat. They're really dry. Yes. They're really dry. So, people go, oh, the packet chip, it's hot. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's hot. But it tastes like toe. It tastes like someone's raw toe. It tastes horrible. These ones taste slightly better, but I reckon they're hotter. But it's another step up because there's about 30 in the packet.
Yeah.
So it's not one chip, it's a 30 in a pack challenge. So it shits all over the Packy One Chip Challenge in the sense that it's a lot more volume and it feels like a lot more heat too. So, and then that dryness, and you just sort of trying to get your saliva together to get it down. That's just a challenge in itself, just to get it down that throat, you know. So yeah, there's that.
I'm sure one day I'll give it a red hot crack, but yeah, I remember that. That was sucked.
So I can't remember who. Someone sprayed the Satan spit, and they wanted to try it. They tasted it, but we've just gone. When you spray it, just a little, or go outside, do it because it's an enclosed space. Don't just because this stuff is like pepper spray, and they go boof, woof, and everyone's like oh, and the aircon just circulated it through the whole store, and the store wasn't like habitable for like 15 minutes. And they were all like, it's like, and I'm like, that's pretty good pepper spray. Yeah, bloody oath. That was funny, wasn't it, Steve?
I remember, yeah, because that was me. That was me, Trish, and Rob's competition.
Dave just says, just push your boundaries, champ. Just go for it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm definitely gonna go push past what I've done before. So, but yeah, I'll try and give them a run for their money.
Well, speaking of, you were saying before that you're a huge fan of jerky, right?
Oh,
is that right?
Big time. I love jerky.
So we've got something for you in this competition as well. Right? So Budgie's Jerky, these guys are based down in South Australia. He's in the house right now. He's watching. So Tony, right? Tony Burridge. Believe it or not, this is A.C.T Chilli's partner as well. These guys both are crazy awesome chili producers, both already, and then they met. And I'm going, will these guys collaborate? What will they make next? If they ever make something together, Jesus Christ, the world better hold on. But Budgie's has made some amazing flavors. He's got so many different flavors, and I'm yet to try something from him that doesn't taste good. Like, honestly, there's so many jerkies out there that are really dry. There's some jerkies out there that are really juicy, and this is somewhere in between where there's this nice, beautiful ratio or balance of juicy and flavor. And somehow I still don't know how he does it. I really don't. And I've got to pick his brain one day to figure out how he does it. But he somehow has this amazing flavor, and then he makes really crazy hot, but he never sacrifices the flavor for the heat. And the heat and the flavor always remain in him. So even though you get these stupid hot ones from him, you're like, fuck, that's a really good jerky. And
yeah,
put some of those.
What I love is when they can create something that has so much flavor, but also then give you a just a bit of like a mind blowing kind of spice, and that's for me that's how jerky should be. Like jerky, like spicy jerky in just any instance is the best, but if you can get a packet full of the flavor without sacrificing the spice, I will never go to any other company ever.
Well, mate, you've got a chance now. So the earliest, so we've got 2 rounds. So these are 2 different rounds. So the first round of Budgie's Jerky will be this one. It's barbecue triple extra hot. Now I've tried this before. It is delicious. It's juicy. It's a gorgeous flavor. It's got a fair stack of heat, but you never lose out on flavor on Budgie's. And I only say it like what I'm saying now because I've tried so many of these. I think I've tried like 20 flavors, and I'm just like, man, everyone's a belter. Because like I've been a huge jerky fan as long as I can remember. You know, always been eating jerky. I love it, and I've tried all the biltongs and South African stuff, Australian stuff, American stuff. You know, and dry and juicy and everything in between. You know, and chili wise, but man, when I started trying these, I'm going, wow. There's so much flavor, and there's so many diverse range of flavors, but then also that he can pack so much heat into a packet. I'm going far out, but it still tastes bloody good, and it never sacrificed the flavor for the heat. And I'm going, now that's mad respect for that. So absolutely, yeah.
From what I said before is, talking about all the chili, how my mouth was watering. Now talking about the jerky, and it's just like, damn, I'm craving some like stupidly hot jerky. I don't know why, like.
Well, 15 days.
Hopefully, I might try and put a bit of a spice order together tonight, and hopefully it comes before the actual comp, so I can have some form of a practice instead of just having sauces. Because the sauces I have is just like I miss having my Scorpion Strike. I miss having the Apocalypse. Having all of that, I'm like, damn, I should just go and just by the board, just go spend, drop $100 on some stuff.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's easy to throw a fair bit of cash at some good products, but it's so worth it when it is a really good product. And that's the same with Budgie's Jerky. Like, there's reasonable prices and stuff like that, but you walk away going, I can't believe I bought so much stuff. But then you try it and you're just going, I do not regret my decision at all. I enjoy this. This is so good. And it's one of those so few rare brands that you can do it where it reels you in and you just go on, I'm enjoying it. Thank you for reeling me in. You got me a marlin. And I'm like, yep, I'm the marlin. And it's so good, yeah.
They've gone fishing and they've got me hook, line, and sinker.
100%. So that's the barbecue triple extra hot. But then we've got this extra special one that he's made for us this year. I don't know if you can read that. It says Reaper honey, soy, and garlic. But then underneath in the little words is Championship Edition. I was like, what did you put in this mean thing, Budgie, you evil man? And do you want to know what's in this stuff?
Go for it.
Okay, so there's obviously a bit of honey, garlic powder, beef salt and spices, a bit of sugar, soy, molasses, black pepper, then a bit of Carolina Reaper, a bit of Primatali, because I know Budgie's been growing his own Primatales too, actually, so that's going to be unique burn too. And then just, a couple of 16 million Scoville capsaicin crystals.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus. So the first one's the tasty one, and then the next one is just ouchie. I mean, look, it's going to taste good, but that's going to really hurt. That's going to sting.
There was a comp that I remember I did. It was a lollipop, and it had the capsaicin crystals, and it was meant to be like a honey kind of thing. I remember I could not do it. There was spice, and the one I had, the crystals on it had, I don't know what happened. Like looking at everyone else's, theirs looked like a little lollipop you give to a kid. The one I had, it was white. It's like they've just gone boom, boom, and just back and forth.
Like Salt Bay,
yeah,
but with the crystals. I got that.
Well, this is sucked. That was the one thing I tapped out nearly probably 5 minutes into. No, it wasn't the Psycho Candy. It was... It will come to mind.
Was it Ceylon Spices lollipops? Like the Savage lollipops or something?
I think so.
Yeah, it might have been one of those ones.
Like, all I remember, it was yellow and it was honey flavored.
Wasn't that Satan's? Oh, yellow. Wasn't the Satan's toe? Was it? No, that's red. Yeah, yellow. Okay. Don't know.
It was when the old mate shop got moved to Gold Creek.
Right. So Budgies is just telling us there's 4 pieces in each bag of the honey soy. So that's the crazy hot one, the 16 million. So you got 4 pieces to try and get down. Now, to put that in perspective, when Greg did it last year, I think it was last year or the year before, he's sticking them in and he's going to try and put.
Yeah. You kind of get to the point where you go, like, just trying to chew it, and like, because I know the jerky, I find jerky like works your jaw muscles so much, but you go, do you know what? It tastes too good, and I don't care. So you just go again and again and again. You feel like you've done a workout.
And that was unfortunately the end of Rob. Rob did so well, getting 22 rounds. That was such an amazing show of just pure steely willpower. Yeah. And he amazingly got them all down, but he just didn't continue after that. And it's gone. That's fair. That's pretty far. And I just couldn't believe that Greg just pushed him that far, and he did really well. But it was just amazing to see that level of spice. And people was like, they see their jaws shutting down from so much capsaicin. Just get it down, you know. And and like it's not because it's chewy; it's because your muscles are shutting down from all the capsaicin and all the chili, and your body's just going, what?
Yeah. No, that's the thing that I do enjoy about the whole I guess if you want to call it like the chili community, is it's like
Budgie said the honey makes it more chewy or chewy as. So that's probably why I put the honey in there as another obstacle. You're an evil man, Budgie. But yeah, you're saying about the chili community.
Like when these competitions do come around, I find it pushes people past what they like past their limits. You know,
what they would normally do.
Yeah, and it's like, what's the word? It's, you know, you push each other. For not just to be able to win a competition or anything, but purely just to, you know, look, you've just eaten twice, 3 times the amount than you had last year, and look at the way you've handled it. You know,
100%.
Yeah. Like you
and I know what you're saying there. It's kind of like when you watch the Olympics and you're just like, whoa, everyone keeps breaking world records. What's going on here? Like, how are they just punching out? But it's because they're competing against the best, so they've got to push themselves way further than normal, because to win, you've got to push harder because you're going against much stronger individuals in those particular events. So this is sort of the aim for this competition, is to bring out the best or the worst in each competitor to just sort of push that drive to see how far people are willing to go. Not just for the prize, but for that elite level to be named and labeled the best in your country, but then to go on after that and compete against other countries in the world and show your country, represent your country, and show everyone else what you've got, you know. So I think that's an amazing thing in itself, to be able to create something like that. And I'm so glad that I've been able to be a part of your guys' journeys to be able to provide something like that. And that's why I do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I know that for everyone that, you know, has been able to take part in everything, would, you know, give you, you know, all props for everything that, you know, that you've done. You know, you've brought something to Australia that, you know, for like, you know, you have your little comps that like a pub or a restaurant or something would run, but for something that gets continuously run year after year after year, it gets bigger and better and worse at the same time. I'll
take that as a compliment, I think.
It's like, you know, the products, everything that, you know, the hotter it is in that kind of sense, not calling it anything bad, but like, you know, you go, wow, like that sucked just because of how hot that. And obviously with the way that people are experimenting with crossbreeding chilies and, you know, everything, it's just, I'd hate, but I'd love to see what the products and the heat that you can be producing in the next 5-10 years.
Oh yeah, like I've already talked. You've hit a really good point there, right? I've already talked to Smokin' Ed, and Smokin' Ed reckons he's got 7 more things that are hotter than Reapers already. Not including the Pepper X and the Apollo, which I have tried. Look, that's interesting. So I've talked to a few people that have actually got products directly from him that have been there, and then I've tried the products and gone, okay, Pepper X is a weird kind of chili. It's the heat's just bang straight up and then bang almost straight down. It's in and out in 5 minutes, you know, and it's like, oh, okay. It is hotter and it feels like almost like your face is melting, but then it's over and done with. Whereas, you know, as you're well aware, the Reaper just sticks around, lingers. It's that long time burn. You're in it for the long haul. Once you've stuck it in your mouth, you know, okay, this isn't going to go away quickly.
Yeah,
you know?
there's no.
And so that's right. There's no escape, and that's the thing. And so I think that's the unique thing about the Reaper is, yeah, okay, it might not be that couple of millimeters as hot or, you know, a million more Scoville, but it's not just the intensity, it's how it lingers and how it reacts with the body. And it's just so much for so long. And that's why it's such a unique burn and sensation and challenge, because you're just like, when is this going to end? Like, when will this be over?
I find that to be the same with the chocolate reaper. Like, because they're packed full of seeds. Like, packed to the brim. And eating them, it's like that's a whole different ball game in its, in its own, compared to, the big bad reaper itself. But then you have, the chocolate reaper. It's just like, it hits different, and it's just the effect of how long it stays, how it makes it feel and everything. It's just it's chalk and cheese.
100%, and that's the other thing. Like I've tried from some producers where they've crossbred, isolated, worked on these genuses and the generations and getting these really brutal chocolate scorpions. And one guy, like you probably know, the heat is in the oil, in the capsaicin is in the oil, right? And so clearly, the more oily it is, the more brutal that pod's going to be, right? Yeah. And I remember this one guy who bred this pod, which was the most oilish freaking pod I've ever seen. He goes, "Watch this motherfucking shit." I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Doop," and like sticks a pin in it. He goes, and it's just like globs of oil. And I'm going, "Now that's dangerous, man." And he just cut off like a fingernail each for me and him. And I swear to God, I have never received such a crazy burn. And I've tried reapers, I've tried this and tried that, and this thing just set me to the moon and back, man. And I'm just like, couldn't talk for maybe 15 minutes. It's just sounds, and I go, "What the hell are these things?" He goes, "This is what I make my extract out of." I'm going, I believe that. I bloody believe that. Far out. And it's just, there's so many possibilities, because people think, "Oh, well, the reapers are the echelon." I'm like, okay, sure they are. But you can always breed like lesser chilies, or you might, I'm just saying lesser, but they're not lesser, chilies to be hotter over time anyway, just like everything, So I'm sure you could crossbreed things. And like you're saying, in 5-10 years, there will be other chilies that'll come out that'll either be from Smoke and Ed or from someone else. I mean, I tried this year these things that were, I don't know what the hell they were, but I think you tried some, we were in Canberra, those little chocolate things. Remember the little chocolate things that look like chocolate peas?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. How were they? They were belters, weren't they?
They were. I was not expecting it.
Right? And they were so small and so compact. You go, how did so much heat come from something so tiny, right?
It attacks your nerves like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And like that was only his first generation. He hadn't even isolated them. I'm going, oh my God, what are these going to look like in 5 generations? Far out. When he isolates them and makes it even hot, I'm like, this is dangerous. I don't know what this guy's doing, but keep it up, because that could be the next new thing. And the weird thing, because they're so small, compact, that it's so much easier to travel around with and deliver. I'm going, oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah.
Like, see, for like the one thing for me, it's just, like, there's that, I have, it's like the one thing I will actually type of, it's not much of chili, but it does have spices. One thing I hate wasabi.
But wasabi's a kind of like a radish burn, isn't it? Isn't it like a type of radish? Like,
yeah, it's a type of radish, but it's like that type of spice, like, because obviously it is spicy, but it's just like, I don't know what it is, that kind of impact it has. It's just like, I don't know how people eat. I thought when people eat wasabi, I'm like, you're weird, you're nuts. Because I know I can handle my chili, but eating wasabi is just a whole different.
It is a different kind of burn, isn't it? And the funny thing is, like, you can chop up fresh wasabi, and then the other thing is you can aerate it, and for some reason, the longer you leave it with oxygen, the more it burns. And I remember watching this guy. There's a YouTube TikToker guy called Tracy Chilli. So it's top of horseradish. He chopped up wasabi and then ate it, but he also chopped up this other wasabi, right? And he let it sit for 10 minutes, right? And so he ate the first one, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, oh, okay, that sucks," right? Let the other one sit for 10 minutes, and he's just, while he's burning, he's gone, "That sucked. I don't want to do that again." But 10 minutes time, all right, here we go. And then sticks the wasabi, and he's like, "Oh, it hurts so much more. It's so bad." I'm like, wow. And I'm watching going, wow. Like, and this guy is an absolute freaking beast with chili. I've seen him just destroy the crazy stuff. But like you just said there, it's a different kind of burn. It's strange. It's sort of a spice burn, but in a slightly very different way. It just hits differently. And it is really odd. Like, you're right. It's odd that it does do that. And it's so strange that, like, you, I, and other chili competitors.
Hello. Oh, the whole thing's lagged out, bro. If you can't hear me, it's my house. Was that? Is he? Huh? He's just left. No. Huh? Yeah, I know. Shit, please.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. So we're back. So a huge apology for that, guys. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi was unplugged. Our cats have been running around on a rampage, and they decided to pull the thing out, and then the battery died on it. So I really do apologize about that, guys. But we're back. We'll keep talking if you're okay with that. I really do apologize about that. So what we sorry, Jav, tell us what you were saying before.
I lost my train of thought. What I was saying.
We're talking about what's
Yeah, I was sideways. Yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say.
So you're just saying that wasabi hits different. It's horseradish, and you just don't get it what people are doing with that.
It's one of those things. I don't know how people do it. It's the taste behind it too. Is just like, no, I'm good. Like I'll happily stick with just the normal chilies that I'm used to, and stay very well clear away from from that stuff, because it's just like, no.
Yeah, exactly. And sort of like Steve was saying, it's a different type of feeling, it's a different type of burn. And like it's a different taste as well. It is that kind of horseradish kind of taste, whereas most chilies are almost that capsicum kind of taste, you know, sort of in that direction, you know, and it's kind of weird that that it's just sort of people go, oh yeah, it's the same. I'm like, no, it's not the same. Like what's his name? Budgie was saying it's the same but different. Yeah, it's so very similar. But Budgie, he says he likes wasabi peanuts. Yeah, I've tried wasabi peanuts. I don't mind them. But like I think that's why it works is because it's mixed with a flavor. So you get the burn, but you're enjoying the flavor of something else. And I think the peanuts sort of simmer down that horseradish kind of taste. You know, I think I'm the same as you. I don't really like radish kind of stuff. I'm more of a sweet kind of guy orientated. I'm a sweet guy. And I just like the sweet flavors like barbecues and things like that. So horseradish is definitely not in that direction for me. And so I think you're the same. And speaking of barbecues wise, we're collaborating with a company for a Burn and Bites barbecue sauce, right, with some chili in it. So in the next month or so, we will have a Burn and Bites collaboration. So we'll see if we can include it in next year. We're going to do a limited edition run. I think the first 50 bottles we're going to do and see how it goes. My record is 23 in my mouth at once. Is it the wasabi peanuts? Is it Budgie, or are we talking about something else?
That's no. No. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wasabi, like that's just a whole nother story.
Oh yeah, totally. So I want to reveal to you one more thing. I'm not sure if you've watched the other interviews, but I know Tracy's watching. Tracy, this one's for you. So you've seen some of the stuff that we've made, and Tracy has brought out this specially made gummy bear. It's like a gummy chili, right? It looks the shape of a chili. Gorgeous little stars. It looks very pretty. But this is probably one of the most nastiest concoctions I have ever seen. It's so evil. You ready? You want to hear what is in this thing?
I don't know if I want to know. I don't know.
You're like, is this going to put the fear in me? Or, was it Chris Everett? I need to move to Australia. Yeah, Chris, come around. We'll show you around, mate. So Chris is all the way in America. Every now and then, Chris shows me in the snow on his back porch is these bears just munching around and whatever. I'm like, that is... So he has wild bears come on his porch every now and then, and he has like cameras. So he's filming bears and he goes, yeah, this is this one. This is, I'm like, what the hell? That's so strange because we don't have bears in Australia. But ironically, I thought I'd bring it up because you're the bear, right?
Oh, no. That's awesome. I love bears and everything. Like I've got a tattoo of my whole left calf is actually a full bear tattoo. Like that's awesome.
Right. So, do you want to hear what's in this crazy concoction that Tracy's made for us?
Just rip the Band-Aid off and.
What is it? What is that? What is snow? Yeah, there's some parts of Australia that will never see snow, and there's other parts where he has this for a weird fact, right? Apparently, our ski slopes, our snowy mountains get more snow than the Swiss Alps. How strange is that? That's really weird, isn't it? What is it? Oh, hey, Chris, I'll send you a nice pic of one for him. There you go. Hey, thanks, Chris. Good on you. You'll send you a pic of the bears. So Tracy's Chili's gummy bear or gummy has chili tincture, right? Chili extract, chocolate scorpion powder, and 16 million Scoville capsaicin crystals in it, right? These are brutal. So this is round 20, right? This is like the 2/3 mark, and I don't think too many people are going to be standing after this one. This is an absolute killer, man. Far out. It's some annoying stuff that falls in the winter, and no one knows how dropping it. Yeah. You're going to get the chains on the wheels there, Chris. Was it Tracy? Woohoo, my gummy! So you can thank Tracy for this crazy concoction. Again, it looks very pretty. I love it. I love the work that Tracy's put into it. It's absolutely gorgeous, but I've got a feeling this is going to wreck some mouths and some rears. I'll tell you what. So amazingly, this year, I thought I'd tell you, Trav, we've given each one of the competitors, I made them really big and chewier than normal too. Oh, you're so evil, Tracy. Tracy, you're evil. Yeah, there's Chris. We've given you guys, because we've given you such crazy content this year to eat, we've given you guys some fire ass extinguishers. Have you heard of those before?
I have some, and it's sitting in my room.
Oh, there you go. So now you got a refill. You get to get another one, right? I didn't think that these things would work, and I don't know whether you've tried it yet or not, but I had a really crazy chili challenge, and I'm going, okay, that's really burning the ring hole, and then finished wiping and going, righto, let's give this a go. Squirt, squirt, and I was like, hey now, that really works. I was like, that actually does what it says. What does it say? It's great flavour, but you'll only taste pain and regret.
Ooh, grape flavour.
Ooh, grape. What were we going to say there, Trev?
Yeah, like when you very first look at it, you go, no, you feel like it's a gimmick kind of thing, but then you actually go use it and you go, oh, this actually works really well. I'm gonna just keep this right next to the toilet.
Yeah, that's actually where I sit mine. Yep, right on the toilet. Like, there you are, buddy. The precious. No, it's an absolute godsend when you got to go to work and you got to sit down or go drive somewhere, and you're like, that flamethrower coming out the rear, and you go, yep, cool, and it like burns to fart anytime, or anything else.
Yeah,
and you're just like, I need something to relieve this stupidity that I've done to myself, and I've got no one to blame but myself. Well, we might finish up in a sec, mate, but I wanted to ask you, so you've got a lot of craziness ahead of you. Have you got any strategies to attempt this, or are we keeping it to ourselves, or what is your plan for the comp?
Obviously, kind of what I think. I don't know if anyone else does it, probably, but like obviously, I like line my stomach with just oil and everything else. But I don't know. I'm kind of, because I wasn't expecting to get called into this as as it happened before, but I think it's just more go in and push. I really this time I want to push myself and at least podium if I can. Like that's the goal, is to at least podium. But I know going up against a couple of people in here, I'm like, I've really got to hold on and just
step it up. Yeah, absolutely. Because none of these guys and girls are going to make it easy for you. No one's going to make it easy for you. That's for sure. But then again, at the same time, you're not going to make it easier for them. So I feel like everyone's going to be pushing hard on this comp. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, without a doubt. I reckon this will bring out the absolute best in everyone. Obviously, like for the people who've been here, who've done it before, like they know what to expect and the amount of rounds. Like I haven't gone this amount of rounds before. Like I think I've only ever gone like 8 or 9 is the max I've done. So. Look, that's just
you've been training since you were 9. You got this.
Like I was surprised. Like I've taken a big step back from eating like stupid copious amounts. Like I have my sauces I take into work for my nights, and I have my powders and stuff. But like now I've kind of gotten into the mindset of I've really got to step up and like push myself past what I have previously. I know where I stand. I know my capability when it comes to pods and product, but having more combined, because I've only really done the one competition of where it's been pods and product. So doing that again is going to be interesting, but on a 10 times scale.
Well, it's not the bat symbol, but it's definitely the chili symbol. It's in the sky, and it's calling your name, matey. And bloody oath, you've answered the call. Now you've just got to build up that tolerance before the day. You've got 15 days left, or 14 and a half, I suppose.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need another fridge to store all the product in. but that's one thing I've taken over Mum's fridge, just full of my chili sauces and everything. So I've got to do a bit of a clear out of it and kind of restock and go from there.
100%. And so, look, before we get going, have you got anything to say to your fellow chili competitors before we begin this show and get the show on the road and do combat?
Oh, look, just have fun, do your best. I know obviously everyone will, and I'm going to try and push myself, and I know everyone will try and push themselves. But I guess at the end of the day, just and as I've been told by a lot of people, is know your limit. At the end of the day, health comes before everything, and I have no shame. I've tapped out because I know like I've gotten to my limit with certain things, and if I pushed past, it would have been a lot worse. So, but I hope just good luck and just have fun, and then that's about it, really.
I don't know why. I feel like I'm going to throw another Batman reference at you, right? And it just reminds me of that. You're like, oh no! It just reminds me of that scene where Alfred goes to Batman and he goes, "Know your limits, Master Wayne." Right? And he goes, "Can't know him. Batman has no limits." And I'm waiting for you to go, "The bear has no limits." Like,
no. Look, I'm in the sense that I'm coming for blood, but I'll take as much as I need and as much as I know I can take. So,
right. So the bear's coming for blood, but so you've got to look out, eh?
Yeah, I'll do my best. But yeah, look, just pretty much just to everyone who is in the company, who is watching or will watch this later on, it's just, just have fun. And
100%.
This is what we do as a hobby, and it's just just enjoy. That's all. It's just enjoy.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. And so, sorry. So, what are you going to say?
I know. I've said like in previous competitions, really real quick. Just good luck, and I know people took that in the wrong way of but just more of just have fun. That's all. That's all that matters is just enjoy, and best man wins.
Yeah, 100%. All right, and look, last thing before we go is anyone shout outs to anyone you want to shout out to before we go, before we end the stream tonight. Yeah.
No, it'll just be more of just a thank you for everything you've done for just the whole community around Australia and putting this all together, and the fact that you've taken a lot of time out of your own personal life and a lot of money coming out of your own pocket to be able to make this thing all happen. And I know a lot of people would say the same thing.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Stop it. I'll keep going. Yeah, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. I appreciate, the compliments and whatever comments there. Yeah, no, but you're right. Like, it's funny. I've had a few comments on people going, "Oh, what do? You just sort of jump in front of the camera." I'm like, no. I say like 2% of what you see is in front of the camera. 98% of the work is behind the camera and organising and organising people, like you, as you know from the Australia's Got Talent. Wow, that took a phenomenal amount of effort and time and money. The things that go on behind the scenes, you would not believe. And like things go wrong, and you've got to reorganize and adapt and just figure things out and hit the ground running. And then you're like, oh, that's another obstacle. You just got to figure it out, and you just forgo things like sleep, and you forgo things like Saturday. You just go, okay, there's got to be another way, and you just figure it out in your brain. You write it down for the 1 millionth time, going, okay, there's got to be another way to do this. There's got to be an easier way or a cheaper way, and you've always find a way. But there is another way. Oh, Phil is awesome. I'm glad he's around the community. Well said. Oh, thanks, Chris. Stop it. Keep going. Yeah. What was that?
I said, you're making me blush.
Stop making me blush. Yeah. Well, look, thank you very much for joining us tonight, mate. I really appreciate you jumping on. And I hope, wish you the very best for the competition. I hope that you get absolutely crazy training in, build that tolerance, build the guts, get everything ready, and just have a red hot crack and a red hot roar and go at the competition, mate.
And I appreciate it. Hey, look, thank you for having me. It's been a long time coming because this is the first interview I've actually had with you on here. So, but no, look, I appreciate everything, and no, thank you.
That's right, mate. And look, sorry again for you being the ringer, but what a way to be a ringer, hey, this time.
That's it, you know. No,
maybe that should be your new Chilli name, the ringer.
That's gold. That is gold.
No worries, legend. All right, mate. Well, I'll let you go. I can see you yawning there. You got obviously a few more shifts to do with work as well as some Chilli shifts too.
I've knocked off work. I don't go back till Wednesday now, so I've got a few days off. But yeah, no, it's just trying to get back into sleep pattern.
It's not easy doing those 24-hour or night shifts. It's not hard. So I'll let you go, legend. You have a great night, and thank you again for joining us, mate.
Very much. You have a wonderful night and enjoy.
No worries, buddy. Catch you later. Have a good one, mate. All right, Spice Legends. So thank you so much for joining us and listening to our spicy goodness. I know we had a bit of drama with the connection before. I apologise about that. But thank you so much for joining us. That's our Australian Chilli champion, A.C.T champion, Trav. He's replaced Jordan Williams. Unfortunately, Jordan was under the weather. But look, he's no normal person. He's no normal human being. He's going to give it a red hot go after seeing him do 2 NARs in a row. It's both 16 million Scoville, hitting Satan Spit, doing some crazy competitions, some crazy products. And there's going to be a lot of crazy products in this competition. That's for sure. You've seen. We're going to see him do Canberra absolutely proud. Absolutely. So I'm keen to see how Trav goes. I'm keen to see how the rest of the guys goes. But join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. We have Adam, the Chilli King Connell, the New South Wales Chilli champ, joining us at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to join us for that, that's going to be awesome to see. Adam was there with Trav on Australia's Got Talent with us, and he ate 25 Carolina Reapers in 60 seconds. He also has eaten 50 Carolina Reapers in 3 minutes and 22 seconds at the Newcastle Chilli Festival. So Adam is no pushover either. So he's definitely one of those dark horses, all favourite. I'm not sure where to place him, but he's definitely not going to make it easy for the guys and girls this year. But all I have to say for now, Spice Legends, let's keep calm. Be awesome.